morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows I am your host, Papa Joe, and I'm really glad you were all here. Sorry about the double play there. I don't know why it went through, but once it starts, it can't be stopped. So, anyways, sorry about that. Thank you all for being here today. It is a marvelous, what's today? Tuesday, where we actually have some sunny weather today, which is kind of nice. Glad you are all here. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. It has been a crazy day for me so far. We got a lot of stuff going on in personal life with work and all kinds of other crazy stuff going on. So it has been a whirlwind of a day for me. So I hope that you are all having a good time and a good day in general, because it's been crazy for me. And it's only going to get crazier as the day goes on. I know a couple weeks ago I told you all that my camper ended up getting a tire blowout and ripped up all underneath the camper and everything. Well, that I just got a call yesterday. That is fixed. So I got to go pick that up this afternoon and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyhow, first things first, when I jumped in here, we are live, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want to comment on the video, let me know you're there. I would absolutely greatly appreciate that. And if you're watching live, on YouTube, there's a live chat running. You can jump in. There's a wonderful, wonderful, amazing people in here. I know most of you guys and gals, and or have met you at least at some point. So we have a really good time and have a wonderful, fun experience within that. So that being said, at least come in, say hey. If it makes sense, smash those likes and subscribe to the channel. Help me grow the channel out. Share it out on your socials and whatnot. That really does help out with growing the channel. Sorry. It's pollen season. It is. It's been rough for me. Anyways, so if you want to help the channel out, obviously, those of you who already here is great. I do a Patreon every afternoon. It's $5 a month. The only reason it's there is to have a conversation with you all about what's really going on out there. And sometimes we dig into some really interesting stuff. Also, when I have my interviews, I like to put early access stuff for that in there. And then I will launch it out on the regular everything. It just gives you early access to the really fun, good conversations. So let's see here. Also, by the way, if you want access to crypto information, more educational type stuff, more access to the harder to get coins and the purchasing of those, things like that, sign up for Crypto Confidential. That's the link for it right there. That helps my channel out, signing up with that link. So if you want to, of course, it's definitely worth the investment for those of you who have signed up. Thank you for doing it. It is, as you know, it is definitely worth the investment there for sure. All right, enough of all that fun stuff. Let's run through here and say hey to everyone. What's going on, Tom? It's good to see you this morning. Appreciate you being here. I've got Lithia. What's going on? How are you? Appreciate you being here. Clint Westwood. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Clint was my first interview on the show. It was very, very fun. And we need to get together again, Clint. You guys, you kind of recap from some of the things that have been going on all across the country. Let's see. We've got Kim. What's going on? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Trainee Man, how's it going, man? I really miss hanging out with you guys. It's good to see you. Bitcoin Bull, what's up? Yes, inflation. What inflation? Peppermint Patty never says anything about it. Of course not. Peppermint Patty is, well, Peppermint Patty. That's my nickname for her. Excuse me. It is pollen, man. The pollen is like you walk outside and it's like you suffocate. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna talk about inflation today. We're gonna talk about a couple other really interesting things that are taking place in this space of cryptocurrencies, right? Sorry, I keep muting myself because, well, I don't want to blow anyone's eardrums out with me sneezing or anything. And definitely love that coffee. All right, let's see if this will share. Jumping in today, we're looking at markets as we try to do every day. This is the time where I take a look at it myself, and I want to talk through what I'm looking for and at in these general conversations, right? So Bitcoin has taken a wonderful drop. Not really wonderful, but it's wonderful for people who are looking for sale. It was at 48,000. Now it's down. It's just under 40. And yesterday it got down into the 39s. Okay. It's very, very, very interesting to see that drop and then that bump up. Well, hopefully that bump up will stick. Well, we'll see what happens, right? And you got the Dow that's up. I got a question for all of you. How in the crap is the regular market up whenever it is doing crap like this? How in the world is this up when the inflation is as high as it is? I mean, realistically speaking, what's going on? Did the Federal Reserve actually stop? I have something in my eye. Did the Federal Reserve actually stop printing money? Did they actually stop buying bonds and mortgage-backed securities and all that stuff like they were saying to the tune of 120 million a month? No, they're holding it up. Inflation's rising, rates are rising, everything's rising. The economy is teetering on a nail. Now what do? Well, this morning the news broke for the consumer prices. The CPI rose 8.5% in March. So it was 7.9% the month prior. Now it's 8.5%. You guys and gals know, because you see it and you feel it personally in your day-to-day lives, that that's not true. We all know it's not true. We know that that number is significantly higher. We are well above double digits, and we're almost multiplying those double digits. Slightly hotter than expected. It's just slightly hotter than expected. Just slightly. Yeah, no. Highest since 1981. So let's jump down here, right? Oh my goodness. Allergy meds aren't working at all. Man alive. Imagine what it'd be like without them. Oh, prices and consumers pay on a day-to-day basis. Some items surged in March to higher levels to the highest levels since the early days of Reagan administration, according to Labor Department data. The Consumer Price Index, which measures a wide range of baskets of goods and services, jumped 8.5% from a year ago on an unadjusted basis. Okay. Above even the already elevated Dow Jones estimate of 8.4%. It is very, very much so interesting that we're seeing. Yesterday, we talked about how flashbang saying, "Oh no, it's going to be hotter than we thought it was. It's going to be hotter than we thought it was." No. 8.4%. In other words, they priced in 8.4%, and since it's really, really close to it, they're playing with the numbers, right? No. Excluding food and energy, so-called core CPI increases 6.5% on a 12-month basis, in line with the expectation. However, there were signs that the core inflation appeared to be ebbing, as it rose just 0.3% for the month, less than the 0.5% estimate. Really? That in turn sparked the hope of inflation overall was easing, that March might represent the peak. Do you see how they worded that? Like, you got a reason I use these stupid mainstream things. This is why, to show and tell the story of the lie. Do you see that? Oh, it's this bad, but it really isn't this bad. Here's this. Here's we're gonna twist this. We're gonna turn it this way. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna put this back, and we're gonna say, okay, this is what it is. You'll see that? Because that's how I look at that. Realistically speaking, this is just absolute malarkey. The shenanigans that these people play, It is very, 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 very frustrating, very irritating. And you and I all know that the actual inflation prices are well above, if I had to guess, 18-20%. You really account for everything. Look, they look at these tiny little baskets. I'm going to come over here for a second. They look at these tiny little sectors, right? And they say, this is what this is. This is how we measure this, right? Well, how much are you all paying at the pump? I'm paying like 145, 150 plus to refill my truck. How is that normal? Prior to it, it wasn't at all. How is that normal, realistically speaking? Those of you who know, if I'm not mistaken, this thing behind me, this is a Zimbabwe. I don't know what their money is called, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was $1 billion that they had printed and had no value. In Zimbabwe, markets stopped accepting the dollars and they started accepting gold and silver. And eventually they'll be getting to Busy Mountain, thank you. Bollocks, as they say in Britain. Yes, bollocks. There's a whole load of bollocks. Indeed. We need to understand that they're playing this game. And all of my normal listeners and you guys and gals are here every single day. My regulars, you all know. You all know that this is coming and you've already all prepared. But anybody that knew, I really, really hope that you take a moment and really investigate things like gold, things like silver, things like cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, Litecoin, and some of the more different assets that actually build residual income, like Divi, like the Divi project, right? So, something to kind of be aware of and think about with this stuff. Now, I am very, very interested to see where we're going from here. They're supposed to stop printing. They're supposed to raise the rates again. They're supposed to do all this. Like I've showed you guys and gals before, looking at the rates. Housing is one of the biggest indicators to these people. And they don't talk about this ever because people freak out because they screwed up before in 2008. They start talking about the interest rates on the mortgages on a regular basis, and they include that along with everything else. That's a parabolic move right there. This is parabolic. This is massive spikes straight up. We're almost to pre-pandemic, pandemic, hunger disease, whatever you want to call it. That's the way it works. We're almost there. We're back almost to where it was, which was nuts. Right under 5%. Right at 5%. If you have poor credit, you're at 5% or higher. It's nuts, right? They're playing with Bitcoin. I had a chart that was, let's see if I can go way back. I don't know if I can go way back. No, that's the month. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try. Not even gonna try. Not while we're doing live. I'll figure it out. Go to my Instagram or I think I put it on Facebook too. And check out my story there that I put in there. It's very interesting. All right. So while Bitcoin's dropping, this is something that we all should be kind of trying to pay attention to. The whales in this space are filling their bags despite the warnings that Bitcoin price may fall below 40,000, which it did briefly. But, do you all see what the big boys are doing? If you want to know what's happening in the space, you pay attention to what they're doing. If this is something that they're working on, well, maybe we should be paying attention to it as well. You know what it means? It means that they're trying to take advantage of everything being on sale, trying to accumulate and dollar cost average every chance they get, right? It was almost $50,000. It dropped to just below 40, and now it's coming back. Bitfinex heavyweights are not the only ones who see current Bitcoin price levels as a buying opportunity. I see the same thing. it is a buying opportunity, right? This is, how old is this article? This is from the 9th. This is a couple days ago. Okay. The Bitcoin price headed towards 42,000 on April 9th after bulls failed to spark a late week turnaround. Well, Bitcoin lines up 10% weekly red candle. Yeah, it does. People are looking at that going, that looks like a nice buying opportunity. Okay. Data from Cointelegraph Market Pro and TradingView showed that Bitcoin USD slowly dissolving support levels in place for several weeks as the weekend began. After multiple tests of 43,000, which this is broke, we've already seen this, that area finally gave way to see the pair hit its lows of 42,131 on Bitstamp, as lowest as since March 23rd. Interesting. Very interesting. Right? Oh, Bitcoin country. That's a good question. Anyone have any suggestions that platforms earn decent yield on your crypto assets? Depends on the assets. It depends how much yield you want. And as we have a few people throw out a couple ideas here, Eva, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Nexo, it's a good one. And then you have, Tom waiting for patiently for the Divi wallet. Yep, the Divi wallet's working on doing that kind of stuff. And again, Eva, Abra, excuse me. These are all good platforms. There are other ones out there that I'm investigating right now. Y'all can do your own research. And there are some other ones out there that are pretty decent. Once I have done my research on it, I'll start maybe talking about that kind of stuff. But I digress. Let's see here. So, anyways, it's on sale, people. I'm loving it. It's on sale. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. We're gonna see some very, very, very interesting things happen in the crypto space. Everything will fall, as I have said, but the whales will accumulate, and those people like me will not let it go. We won't. I won't let it go. I'm not giving anyone like that my crypto, and that's how I look at it. And I won't, because this $1 billion, this thing right here, that's coming. Inflation has done nothing but rise. And you and I, as I've said before, we all know that it is going to be very, very, very big problem for everyone. It already is. Most people got, if they were lucky, a 3% corporate related cost of living increase. If in 1 month from a year ago, so in 12 months time, 1 year's time, inflation rises to these levels, you didn't get a raise, you're negative in your because you're paying more taxes. How does that work? It doesn't. People can't survive. The economy will come to a screeching halt. It already is. Look around you, right? Look around you. We can't get people to do jobs anymore because they're not paying enough. So why take that time in your life and spend it, right? Realizing 100% that that's effectively going to end up being wasted time. But they got to eat. I'm doing these shows and stuff like that because I want everyone to know what's going on. Also, at some point, this could be something I do full time if it works out. Speaking of, hang on, see if I can actually pull it up without making any noise. If it will load, wrong one. Let's see here. I want to. All right, hang on. Let me switch around appropriately. DVD, wrong button. I want to switch accounts. There we go. Bump it over here. And we'll go over here. Go over here. and we will look at this maybe without causing any problems. I don't know. We'll see. And I want to come over here and say thank you to everybody. If I can put this over here. Bumped over. I don't know how high it will go. Bumped over. I don't know. Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can see it or not. The Papa Joe Show is now over 2,000 subscribers. Thank you all. It means a lot to me. 2,000 subscribers. We're definitely over that now. So it's fantastic. I really do appreciate all that you guys have done. Please don't stop helping the channel grow. Eventually we'll get there, right? As we drop, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. More adoption. I want to talk about this. This is a very unique, interesting story to me. Bitcoin by Bitcoin. Restaurants start to accept cryptocurrencies. Despite the volatility and doubts surrounding Bitcoin, always, these CNBCs, the NBCs, blah, 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 right? They want very much so to put the FUD in every story, even though they've got to talk about the stories, but they're going to make sure that it's FUD. Despite the volatility and doubts surrounding Bitcoin, more restaurants nationwide are accepting cryptocurrencies alongside cash and credit cards. Boom. What's unique about this restaurant we're going to talk about here is they stood up an NFT to have access to a private club area inside the restaurant. Actually, I'll read it right here. It's called Flyfish Club, okay, which is set to open early next year in New York City as the first private dining club where members join by purchasing a non-fungible token or an NFT, establishing a certificate of authenticity using a unique string of characters connected to a blockchain. Memberships sell for 2.5 Ethereum, or about $7,500 today at the time of the writing for this guy. For the Flyfish token, while the omakase, I think that's how you say it, token. I don't read Japanese related words very well, which gives members access to the club's 14-seat omakase room, which features tasting menus designed by a master sushi chef. This sells for 4.25 Ethereum, or about $12,500 today. That's pretty cool. Access to something via NFT. That's really, really cool. Do you see how blockchain technology gives even a restaurant the ability to have an upscale setting, an upscale environment that is members only, where they can actually prove that they are the members via an unchangeable, immutable blockchain NFT? That's huge. That's huge. Okay. There are so many things taking place. There's so many taking place in this world. That is really cool. If you don't have crypto and you want to do crypto and you want to buy your food with crypto, they have a crypto ATM where you can actually get your crypto, pay for your food, and be on your way. That's pretty cool. When people actually start seeing that they can literally just do that right there, that's adoption. That is a really, really cool way to show true adoption, and I really like that. I thought it was a really cool way to do this. But anyways, 2,000 subscribers, people. I love each and every one of you. It is amazing that you guys have accomplished that. It's fantastic. It's not me. Y'all have accomplished it. I really do appreciate what you're doing and sharing this out, getting other people to take advantage of the information that's here. You know, I tell my story every once in a while, but I've been in the blockchain and crypto space for a very long time, almost since the beginning. I haven't met anybody who's in this space yet longer than I have been. I know they're there. I know who some of them are. I've not met them yet. But combine that with more than 20 years of experience in IT, combine that with a general technological mindset around things, combine that with business experience where I can actually see business needs and have them applied. even at a high level, low level, whatever you want to talk about. I do the show because no one's out here doing this. No one's out here doing this, and I want people to understand that this is happening, that this is how things are going on. And it is just my opinion and my perspective, but I've watched the industry grow up. I'm still watching it grow up. Now there's daggum freaking family feuds going on, and I'm really getting frustrated about that because we're all in this together. People don't realize that the maxis can't live without the blockchain, and the blockchain can technically live without the maxis. They need each other. You need to stop. And it's funny. They're looking at it from an investment standpoint. Fine, have fun, but you're missing out on the show. You're missing out on the new businesses and that are coming and creating themselves in this environment. It is really, really crazy cool. So, anyways, I want to go ahead and probably cut it there. I need to jump into I have to jump into a meeting here in just a minute. So, with that, you all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you all this afternoon, 4:30 Eastern, for the Patreon show. If you're not a member, come check it out. It's $5 a month. It's not a lot, but it does help the channel out. So, anyways, I'll be blessed. See you later.